let me tell you that adulthood is and is not everything it is chalked up to be. Being asked, what do you want to be when you grow up, is a loaded question. Yes, you get to make so many more decisions in life. You get to decorate and make your space exactly as you want it. But everything comes with bills and insurance payments. Like I said, adulthood is a double-sided coin. Hello and welcome to the podcast, another episode of Queerly Overthinking. I'm your host, Adam Harper, and on today's episode, I'm doing things a little bit differently. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on years past, my childhood, my upbringing, core memories, and experiences that have shaped my life. So in this episode, I'm going to read you a letter that I wrote to myself, my younger self, in a way to reach out and connect with my inner child. And I hope you enjoy. Dear younger me, I bet you weren't expecting to hear from me, but here we are. I hope wherever this letter finds you, that you are taking a minute to enjoy your surroundings, to stop and smell the flowers and just breathe. Writing this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. Well, more so in the last few months, I would say. First and foremost, let me tell you that adulthood is and is not everything it is chalked up to be. Being asked, what do you want to be when you grow up, is a loaded question. Those shiny plastic things called credit cards, yeah, you'll figure out how to work those. Yes, you get to make so many more decisions in life. You get to decorate and make your space exactly as you want it. But everything comes with bills and insurance payments. Like I said, adulthood is a double-sided coin. As I sit here today reflecting on the path that we've walked, I'm filled with a mix of emotions, gratitude, compassion, and a deeper sense of understanding. When I think back on our early childhood days, our world consisted of the four walls of our parents' home that we shared with our 7 siblings. And those days truly were filled with innocence, simplicity, and felt like magic thrived and imagination went wild. Do you remember the old square TV we had where we would watch Barney and Friends or Sesame Street and Elmo? I remember being so connected to the land surrounding our parents' house, our childhood house, where we grew up, having never moved. I remember the apple trees that stood tall in the backyard, the raspberry bushes, the cherry trees, and the swing set. I remember when our sister was away at school, sneaking into her bedroom to play with her Barbie and Ken dolls. Funny enough, you would end up dressing like Magic Earring Ken to watch the Barbie movie as an adult, so you have that to look forward to. Another memory that comes to mind, and I'm sure it's on a old video cassette tape somewhere, of our one night only performance we gave to our family in the living room, dancing and lip syncing to some of our favorite songs back then, along with a makeshift tap dance number. I have to say, for someone who is an extrovert introvert, we sure do enjoy the spotlight from time to time, as much as we hate to admit it or, completely deny it. Thinking back on holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas have always been really special for us. Remember Dad's famous pecan pie? Back then, it wasn't our favorite, but I can tell you that over time, we would come to love it. That and key lime pie, funny enough. But it wasn't just the food, it was the entire atmosphere. The glow of the lights on the Christmas tree, the warm colors of the presents, and the anticipation of gifts. I'm smiling as I'm writing this because that magical feeling still lights up our heart to this day. Christmas continues to be one of our favorite times of the year to reflect on gratitude, love, and those cherished moments. It's interesting to me to think about the concept of two sides to someone's personality, the parental side and the childlike side. Now that I'm essentially my own parent, the adult that takes care of me, It's really fun to see the childlike side come out more and get excited for things like Christmas music and the smell of warm apple cider and pumpkin spice. Our education experience and grade school memories is something I've also been reflecting on. As I think about our elementary school years specifically, one teacher comes to mind and really stands out: the unforgettable Miss Walls. Her impact was profound. She saw something in us, something special, encouraging to embrace our silly side of our personality. And I just remember always feeling so accepted by her. Sadly, she's since passed away. I've yet to find an obituary about her. It's still something that I look for from time to time. I know I don't put a lot of stock into the afterlife, but I hope that if there is an afterlife, that she would be proud of the person that we've become. She always said that she was proud of her students who chased after their dreams and would come back to visit her, but wouldn't claim you if you wound up on the evening news for nefarious reasons. Middle school brought its own set of challenges, growth, and discoveries, as I'm sure you and countless others could say the same. Another teacher, educator, mentor, and dear friend of mine that comes to mind is Miss Kayak. It's been almost 20 years since you first met, and it's so hard to believe that time flies so much faster when you're an adult. To this day, you've still kept in touch. It was through her guidance and belief in our creative abilities that we started to recognize our innate confidence. Her vibrancy and love of life in various cultures found its way to you, which to this day I credit the initial driving force that inspired us to connect with art and cultures and communities from around the world. During middle school, we found ourselves launching the first student-led and printed newspaper, a proud accomplishment, I will say. But it wasn't just about the newspaper. It was about finding our voice and expressing our truth. I very distinctly remember there was one article that we wrote sharing our fandom for the Disney Channel pop star sensation Hannah Montana. I remember that we were so nervous to share this specific piece of information about us, despite the rumors and the harsh judgments from fellow students. But we wanted to own our narrative and share that we were not ashamed to like something that we liked. Little did we know then that this act of authenticity and proclamation would be a recurring theme in our life, using platforms and tools to share our truth with the world. These experiences were also a hint or clue that we were headed towards a journey of self-discovery that would unfold over the years. Other rumors spread about us because we didn't objectify women, hang out with quote unquote the boys, or do sports, that we must obviously be gay. We didn't even really know what the word gay meant back then, but those inklings of our true identity were there, patiently just waiting to be acknowledged and embraced. I've got a newsflash for you. Bullies will continue to exist. People who talk a big game but don't deliver continue to exist. And high school drama, well, it doesn't stay in high school. I know. But listen, your confidence will continue to grow, and it will get easier with each day to tune out the voices of critics whose opinions of you don't matter. Yes, be open to feedback, but be wise in where you intake that feedback and from whom. As Mother RuPaul says, unless they're paying your bills, pay them bitches no mind. Through this confidence growth and throughout the years, we've discovered hidden talents and passions that would continue to shape our path. Our love for content creation has blossomed from newspapers to blogs and now a podcast. We always had this burning desire to be involved, to make our voice part of the conversation, to contribute to something meaningful in the world. And let's not forget graphic design, the focal point that has captured our heart from such a young age. It has become not only a creative outlet, but a vital part of our career, allowing us to blend creativity with purpose, making positive and purposeful experiences for people to remember has always been and continues to be a driving force in our life. And I gotta say, you get really good at it. And I'm really happy to tell you that you get to do what you love for a living. But dear younger me, as I write this letter, I want you to know that the journey ahead is not without its challenges. There will be moments of self-doubt, disappointment, heartbreak, and uncertainty. You will face bullying and harsh judgments, as I mentioned. There will be days that you just sit with your feelings, not sure of what path to take, feeling like you can't breathe because the invisible walls of fear and shame start to creep in. There will be moments where you feel abandoned, like you are absolutely on your own. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's hard. You will continue to have good days and hard days. That's just the nature of life. But remember, dear younger me, you possess a strength within you that is yet to be fully realized. It's there. I can feel it. And it's grown and it continues to grow to this day. It is through those life experiences that you will forge resilience and find your authentic self, your favorite self, an ever-evolving self. This goes without saying, but our sense of humor will never be short of content. As I reflect on our journey, I just want to say that first and foremost, be kind to yourself. You are so worthy of love. Love that you can freely give yourself. Openly embrace your authenticity and don't change a damn thing about you. Follow your passions wherever they guide you. And above all else, remember that your younger self still exists within you. That inner child who craves love, joy, and play. I want to share with you this quote I found from Jennifer Elizabeth. They said, "You've battled monsters. You sweat and cried your way to this one prolific moment where you finally realize that those dark days and sleepless nights were the prerequisites to your becoming." Dear younger self, I am incredibly proud of you. You have come so far, and your journey is just getting started. Buckle up, honey. The road ahead may not always be certain. Heck, is it ever? But I know that you possess the strength, resilience, and the courage to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. With all my love, your older, more gayer self.
Queerly Overthinking is produced by Adam Harper and Cass Cooper. It is edited by Adam Harper with audio mixing by Necessary Outlet Productions. You can follow Queerly Overthinking on Instagram at Queerly Overthinking and find more at www.queerlyoverthinking.com.